This video instruction is for ratio and proportion quiz number 3, direct variation, when two quantities x and y change so that their ratios are constant, that is y1 over x1 is equal to y2 over x2, they are said to vary directly. This relationship between the two quantities is called direct variation. If one quantity increases, the other increases by the same factor. Likewise, if one decreases, the other decreases by the same factor. Consider this data in this table. You'll see that y is always 3 times x. So the ratio of y over x is always 3, and that is called a constant. The x relationship may also be written as y is equal to 3x. An example of direct variation is a scale drawing such as a map or blueprint. Here is a map, and in this example, we're looking for the distance between two cities. And if you look at the scale here, 1 inch is 32 miles, and you were to take the measurement and find it to be 2 3/8 of an inch, the formula would be 1 over 32, which is 1 inch to 32 miles, is 2 inches, 2 3/8 inches to whatever the distance is in miles. And the calculation you see there comes out to be 76 miles. And example number 2, this is a scale drawing. It represents a metal plate that the machinist is going to make. How long is the metal plate? We need to know the distance from here to here. If we were to count, we would find there's 22 spaces. And here it says the side of each of a square is 1/4 inch. That would mean it's 22 quarters of an inch, or 5 1/2 inches. What is the width of the plate at its highest, at its right end? It is 7.5 spaces. So the proportion is 1 space is 1/4 inch, 7.5 spaces. The result is 1.78. That would be right here. What is the diameter of the semicircle? 1 space to 9 spaces, 1/4 inch. So x equals 9 times 1/4 inch, or 2 1/4. Another example is direct variation of a hydraulic press or hydraulic pump. Here we have force on the small piston, force on the large piston, and you can tell that the volume of fluid in the small cylinder versus the large cylinder is quite a bit different, but that gives you the mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage is equal to force 1 or force large over force small. In this example, force large is 5,000 pounds, force small is 50 pounds, which gives us a mechanical advantage of 100 to 1. So for every pound of it that we exert on the small piston, we get 100 pounds exerted on the large piston. And the mechanical advantage of a hydraulic press can also be calculated with the radii of the pistons. If the radii of the pistons are known, by the formula, mechanical advantage is radius squared of the large piston, radius squared of the small piston. Again, there's some more examples using mechanical advantage and hydraulic press. Move on to question number 1. This is question number 1 of the quiz that you're getting ready to take. It says that force large is 480 pounds and mechanical advantage is 40 to 1, 40 over 1. We're going to find force small, force S. If the mechanical advantage is 40 over 1, the large force is 480. We're trying to find the small force. If we do the multiplication here, 1 times 480, 40 times force small, it's 480 is equal to 40 Fs. We divide both sides by 40. We find that Fs is 12 pounds. Question number 5, we're going to use the radius of the piston, the hydraulic press, to find this. And if you remember, the formula is mechanical advantage is radius squared of the large piston over radius squared of the smaller piston. We have that the radius large is 6 inches, radius small is 2 inches. 6 squared over 2 squared, 36 over 4 reduces down to 9 to 1. And now we do the multiplication. 9 times 4 is 36. 1 force large, so the FL is equal to 36. And the last one, question 18, using the scale of a metal plate cover in the figure below, answer the question, what are the dimensions of the rectangular holes? Well, here's a rectangular hole here, a rectangular hole here, and we know that the side of the square is 0.3 centimeters. We count here, we've got 10 squares by 2 squares, or 20 square inches, or excuse me, square centimeters, but we need to find out what this length is. It's 10 times the side of a square, which is 0.3. That would make this dimension here 3 centimeters. Here we have 2 squares. 2 times 0.3 is 0.6. That gives us an answer of 0.6 centimeters by 3 centimeters. There's 17 more questions to complete in ratio and proportion quiz number 3.